Good afternoon. Welcome everyone to today's Pittsburgh Land Bank Board meeting for Friday, July 12th at 1 o'clock. Our first order of business is roll call. Emily, will you take the roll calls one last time?
Thank you, Vice Chair. My name is Emily Kalchak. I'm the Assistant Manager of the Pittsburgh Land Bank, and I will be calling today's roll. Councilman Bobby Wilson, Councilman Daniel Lavelle,
Here.
Councilman Kahari Mosley,
Here.
Director Wanda Wilson,
Here.
Director Jennifer Cash Wade,
Here.
Director Kirk Berkeley,
Here.
Director Steve Mazza,
Here.
Director Tamara Dedukovich, and Director Tammy Thompson. We have a quorum. Back to you, Vice Chair.
Thank you very much. Next is public comment. For everyone, please use the raise your hand function in the bottom menu if you wish to speak during public comment today. As a reminder, public comment is taken at both the beginning and at the end of the meeting. To begin, please state your name, neighborhood, and or organization affiliation, and you'll be given 3 minutes to speak. I believe Sally has a list of at least 10 members who want to speak today.
Yes, thank you, Chair. This is Sally Stadelman, Manager of the Pittsburgh Land Bank. I'm going to quickly read the list of 10 registered speakers so you know where you are on the lineup. I've got everyone listed grouped by project in order that it appears on our agenda. If there is anyone else, if you don't hear your name and would like to speak, please raise your hand. And we will call on you shortly.
And Sally, just to interject, would just want the record to reflect that Tammy Thompson has joined us.
There we go. Thank you, Emily. Hello, Tammy. Okay, so here's the list quickly. We have Tina Daniels, Joseph Wingenfeld, John Hanrahan, Julie Nigro, Chase Patterson, Randy Sargent, Blythe Stevens, Dr. Jackie Wilson, former Councilman Bruce Krause, and Gordon Hodnett. So we are going to start with Tina Daniels. Tina, whenever you're ready, you can unmute. Floor is yours.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, I'm Tina Daniels. We just completed a affordable housing development on Bennett Street, Benedict Dwellings, 4 affordable housing apartments. And we are asking for the lot adjacent to our parcels. Currently, we are just going to beautify the lot and make it a green space for the tenants of that project, but we eventually will be doing some more affordable housing there.
Oh, great. Thank you for joining us today, Tina. Next, we have Joseph Wingenfeld with Rising Tide. Joe, whenever you're ready. And thank you for returning again to give a comment.
I'm not sure if I can repeat my performance from a month ago. So my name is Joe Wingenfeld, and I am the real estate director at Rising Tide Partners. Rising Tide Partners is a nonprofit real estate company dedicated to preserving affordability and preventing displacement in communities in Pittsburgh and the Pittsburgh region. We have been working in Homewood for several years, and we've been embarking on an ambitious project to take over ownership of the long dilapidated RFS row houses, which are along Hamilton between Storette and Collier. We have successfully negotiated with the owner to take over ownership, which will happen in the next couple of weeks. This amounts to about, I believe it's 34 parcels and around 70 units of housing that are going to be under our control. But we view this as community control because we're working closely with the Homewood Community Development Corporation and Operation Better Block. We specifically have an LLC entity operating in Homewood that has both of those organizations represented on the board. The proposal before you with the land bank is to transfer the 38 lots of city properties. Actually, I think it's 7 structures out of 38 into the land bank's hands. This will basically allow us to get site control of several blocks around the RFS development and allow us to jointly stabilize the RFS portfolio along with the city lots and structures. And this sets up the possibility for a redevelopment of the site and the removal of a long blighted eyesore to the community. I just want to say, having a partnership with the land bank really allows us to do these kind of larger scale interventions in neighborhoods. We've really enjoyed working with the land bank and kind of putting together our collective creativity and thinking hats to solving these difficult community problems. So we hope that this is just the beginning of us working with the land bank to really solve blight in our neighborhoods in Pittsburgh. I will also say Jay Gilman is on the call, but he wasn't able to actually register. Jay did say that he wasn't able to provide a letter of support from the Homewood Community Development Corporation because there wasn't a meeting, but he did say that there is no opposition from HCDC, that there is support from the board members for this project. And that comes after Rising Tide presented the project to the HCDC board meeting back in May.
Okay, that's helpful context. Thank you, Joe. I would agree. And if Jay's got his hand raised, we can call on him if he'd like to speak again. Next, we have John Hanrahan.
Good afternoon. My name is John Hanrahan. I am the Vice President of the Fineview Citizens Council, and as of this week, a co-chair of the Fineview and Perry Hilltop Housing Working Group. I'm here to speak in favor of the transfer of 243 and 247 Kennedy Avenue in Perry Hilltop. I don't sense any reason for anyone on the board to vote against this transfer, so I will keep it brief, but please don't make me foolish by voting against it. Thanks.
Thank you, John. Congratulations on your appointment as your position as co-chair. Next, we have Julie Nigro with City of Bridges Community Land Trust. Julie, I hope I said your last name right.
Yes, you did. Thank you. Thanks for having me. As Sally said, I'm Julie Nigro, Director of Real Estate at City of Bridges Community Land Trust. I am here today on behalf of a project we are requesting transfer of on Broad and Rosetta Street in the Garfield neighborhood. They are 5 lots. We are going to be submitting an application to the Federal Home Loan Bank to build 6 homes. One of the lots will be subdivided, so they will become 6 lots, building 6 single-family homes. The project budget is approximately $3 million, and all homes would be sold to households under 80% of area median income and would be in the community land trusts, so they would remain permanently affordable. We have been working really closely with the Bloomfield Garfield Corporation on this project. We've been in talks for over a year now on the project. They are in favor. They are really excited to see these become affordable. And we would continue that conversation as pre-development continues and hopefully construction would start. And I'm happy to answer any questions anyone has.
Thank you, Julie. Okay, next up, we have Chase Patterson with the Urban Academy of Greater Pittsburgh. Chase, whenever you're ready.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you again for another opportunity to be in front of you. As you may recall, the Urban Academy is a public charter school situated in the Larmer neighborhood. And we have been working over the past 8 or 9 years now to pull together site control to expand our campus and to help instigate and motivate further development in the Larmer community. This plan will allow for the Urban Academy to further our site control for a number of parcels that we already own that will allow us to advance our campus plan in the Larmer neighborhood, which will include an early learning center, currently includes a cultural center and administrative offices, along with our main K-5 school building, and to also add some additional parking, both for our neighbors and for our sites. We have a really clear mission, and that is to provide a superior education that offers our students an opportunity to excel academically, both by way of leadership and social values, And we believe that one of the ways that we can demonstrate our social commitment and our commitment to the community is to help revitalize it. And that's why we're here again today, asking for another opportunity to acquire land through the land bank in aspiration of furthering our campus plan. Thank you.
Thank you, Chase. Next, we have Randy Sargent, also here to speak on the Urban Academy acquisition. Randy, whenever you're ready.
Thanks so much for taking the time to hear my testimony today. My name is Randy Sargent, and my 10-year-old adopted son is a scholar at Urban Academy. I'm here today to urge you to support Urban Academy's planned expansion. My wife, Ann, and I have been moved to tears by Urban Academy and how much our school loves its students. We are amazed at the skill and caring from the teachers, from the staff, and from our school's leaders. We are amazed how much Urban Academy loves and supports all its students as our children grow academically and as our children grow as people. I've seen teachers take the time to help a student catch up after falling behind classmates, as well as taking the time to help students ignite a love of learning and help them rocket ahead to follow that love. I've seen our son's love of reading and mathematics and science and history and geography and his pride as a learner all blossom. And we know the data confirms what we as parents already know to be that Urban Academy is a top performer by any metric. I say this with no hyperbole, and I say this as an educator, having volunteered to teach in one of our city's best magnet schools. Urban Academy represents the very best of Pittsburgh schools and of schools anywhere. My wife and I know all the parents we've talked to, we all want Urban Academy to expand its grades someday all the way through 12th grade and to keep our school family together, helping our kids develop successfully all the way through their last day of high school, best preparing them for their first day of college. Thanks for listening to my testimony today. I urge you to support our city's children and Urban Academy's plans. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Randy. Next, we have Blythe Stevens.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. My name is Blythe Stevens. I am a resident of Belsuver and also a member of the Belsuver Consensus Group. I am speaking on behalf of the parcels on Chalfont Street in Belsuver that we have requested to have transferred to the Belsuver Consensus Group for development. It has been a long time coming for us to have development in this community once again. And so I am just asking and urging you to accept to do the transfer to allow us to begin our development. It is the initial phase, and we are looking forward to being able to acquire more parcels later down the road and increase the development in our neighborhood. We have a serious lack of housing, available housing, I should say, in this neighborhood. And so I just urge you to go along with this plan and allow us to have those parcels transferred to the consensus group. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Stevens. Next, we have Dr. Jackie Wilson.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, great. Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Jackie Wilson, and I am a lifelong member, resident of Belsuver and a member of the Belsuver Consensus Group. And as Ms. Stevens was saying, that we do want to urge you to transfer those 5 parcels of property on Chalfont Street so that we would have site control. We're trying to revitalize Belsuver to the community that it was when I was growing up. And so it's after years, probably decades of developmental neglect on this side of the city. We know that it is time for Belsuver to begin to resurrect itself and to revitalize and bring our families back, our communities back. We know that strong communities equal strong families. And so in order to make sure that we have both, we know that development of these sites are necessary. So this is phase one of a long line of development that we are targeting for the community. And so we are hoping for the land bank to participate with us and partner with us by this acquisition. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us today. Next up, we have an extra special speaker, former Councilman Bruce Kraus. Good to see you, Councilman.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. It is it really, honestly, my pleasure to be here, especially amongst former and future colleagues and friends that I've known for years and years. I too am here to support the transfer of the Shelfront properties so that the Beltsuver Consensus Group can ultimately acquire those properties. I'm sure many of you, and I know my colleagues, former colleagues on council, are aware of the wonderful development taking place in our Beltsuver neighborhood now at the former Beltsuver School, which is actually in process with construction having begun to transition that into the Venson Senior Lofts, Dr. Venson Senior Loft. So it's an exciting time in our neighborhood of Beltsuver, and the acquisition of these properties is really a continuation of development that is beginning to take place in Beltsuver, and we need your help to continue that. Looking at the school, we have a $21 million development that is anchoring all of the future construction that we can do and redevelopment that we can do in the neighborhood. And the acquisition of these properties is critical to the continuation of that development. Appreciate your time. It's nice to be here with you, and thanks for the opportunity to speak with you today.
Thank you, Councilman Kraus. Next up, we have Gordon Hodnett. Okay, Gordon was also registered to speak in favor of the Chalfont Street development, but I'm not seeing their name on the list. So I'm going to move to what appears to be our last speaker, Mr. Jay Gilmer. Thank you again for joining us the second time this month. Jay, the floor is yours.
Well, thank you very much for having me today. I am here to just let you know that I am a part of the Homewood Community Development Collaborative, and we are very interested in seeing the application of Rising Tide Partners for the Hamilton Avenue and nearby parcels approved, because we think it's going to be a significant development inside of our neighborhood that's going to offer some affordable housing and lots of other good things to happen. It's a great place to begin. It's been those two blocks have had problems for a good long while, and we're looking forward to changing that. And we think this is a good step in that direction so that Rising Tide can take them on and we can get them into the hands of good local, hopefully African-American developers who can do some transformative work in the middle of Homewood. So I just want to encourage you all to approve that. I'd also like to encourage you to come on out to Homewood so we can also get some more details on how regular folk can take advantage of the land bank and to get the parcels they've been having their eyes on for sometimes decades. And it's been stuck in many times before and trying to get the city to release various parcels, but that's another topic for another day. Thank you very much for listening.
Yes, I hear that. Thank you, Jay. And with that exhausts our list of public speakers. Back to you, Chair.
Thank you. That'll move us on to the chairman's report with two actions. I'll take two actions first. The first is the approval of the June 2024 board meeting minutes. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
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 The minutes have been approved. Next, let's actually go to the announcement of a board recess in lieu of the August 9th board meeting. Historically, we have recessed in August, and a recess will be extremely helpful for our staff this year as well, as they have a number of items they could be working on during that time. So maybe have a motion to recess during the month of August.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 And then lastly, under the chairman's report, we have a staffing update. We're unfortunately going to be losing one of our key staff members at the land bank who has served us in an extraordinary fashion over the last 2 years, Miss Emily Kuchet. And we're sorry to see you go, but we know you're going on to more personal and life enriching events. So congratulations to you. I'm not sure if there's anything you want to say, or Sally, or any other board member, but
Yeah, no,
we would not have been effective without you for the last 2 years.
thank you so much, Vice Chair. So I've been with the Pittsburgh Land Bank for 3 years, which is a speck of time, but it has felt quite the experience. And I want to thank this board, especially Sally, ML. I've just had some great mentors, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what the land bank does in the future. And I have never worked with people who are just so dedicated to what they do here. So it has been a wonderful experience. I'm not going far. I'll be in Michigan only for a couple years, and we'll see where that takes me next. But yeah, just thank you all for the memories. So.
And thank you, Emily. And I just want to quickly say that we could not have had a smarter, kinder, more organized and effective assistant manager, Emily Kochak. I mean, I could not have done this without Emily, and I cannot express enough what a blow this is to the Pittsburgh Land Bank. We've got some big shoes to fill. So thank you so much, Emily, for all of this work and for the final few weeks that we're going to slog through here to work through your transition.
I totally concur, Sally, with what you said. You will be missed, Emily.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you. With that, we'll move on to the treasury report, and I'll turn it over to Wanda.
Thank you. So we have our financials closed through the month of June. And so this shows you the income statement showing the activity through June 30th, and we're on a calendar year, so that's halfway through the year. And so we see activity for the month of June there, along with where we are for the year to date. The next slide shows us our balance sheet showing the activity through June 30th, and we're in a healthy position with total equity of $1.5 million. The next slide shows us how we're drawing down the different buckets of funds that we have. Some things have to be spent from, some have restrictions, and so this shows us the ways that we're spending those down. This is just for information. And the next slide has expenses that we will approve along with accepting the financials. So I will make a motion to accept the June 2024 financial report and approve the monthly expenditures.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Then we have two other approvals. One is we receive an invoice for staffing on a quarterly basis. So we've received that from the URA, and so I would make a motion to approve the URA quarterly staffing invoice for the second quarter of 2024, totaling $85,488.86 using ARPA funds.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And then finally, finally, we would approve a payment on our insurance policy. So I would make a motion to approve the payment of the 24-25 general liability insurance policy. And that cost is $5,850 using ARPA funds.
There a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Payment has been approved. Thank you, Wanda. That moves us on to staff updates, beginning with property status and sales updates.
Thank you, Chairman. I'm going to just do a really brief overview of properties in the land bank pipeline. If board members do have questions, please feel free to interrupt. Oh, thank you. Okay, apologies. Sorry. Thank you, Chairman. We're going to do a really quick update of properties in our pipeline. I'm going to move quickly, but if board members have any questions, please feel free to interrupt and I can clarify. First, just a quick list of properties sold so far by the Pittsburgh Land Bank. We have hit 14 sales. If anyone would like to learn more about these sales, we keep information on our website and our completed sales under our completed sales tab. Okay. So next, we just wanted to quickly update the board. So the following properties have had their 20-day objection period close. We received 6 total inquiries, 3 in support of the Soil Sisters plant nursery sale. Just an inquiry on the Southside Community Council sale, looking for clarification that it is a community, a welcome community sign, a neighborhood sign, not a billboard, going on that site. So it will say, welcome to Southside. And that will be maintained by the Southside Community Council. Just an inquiry on the sales price of the structure that we're selling to Farmer Girl Ebb on Chartiers Avenue in Crafton Heights. And finally, a inquiry in support of the sale to the Garden Cafe. And it didn't make it on the slide here, but the Garden Cafe side yard on Chestnut Street also had an open objection period, and we just had one piece of feedback in support of selling the lot, and a compliment to the Garden Cafe on how clean they keep the parcel. All right, next up, just a quick update on property that has arrived in our inventory. So the majority of these are going through the final process of being submitted to begin the quiet title process. Go to the next. And same with this chunk here. They have arrived in the inventory and we are processing them for title clearance, the exception of the Garden Cafe lot, which already has clear title. Okay, we're excited to announce that the properties that you see here, we have just recorded the deeds this week. They have just arrived in the land bank's inventory. So we're working with the URA and PHDC to prepare stabilization budgets for the structures listed here. And of course, we'll be maintaining the additional lots. All right, and another set of properties on their way to the Pittsburgh Land Bank, but are a little more complex, are these set of properties in Garfield. These all have open conservatorship cases, so we're just working with Rising Tide and the city of Pittsburgh to conclude those cases so that they can arrive in the land bank's inventory. So stay tuned on these. And just a quick reminder of what our general process looks like. The set of properties that we have going before City Council next week. Let's see here, these apply to, yeah. So we hope to receive those within a month or two of that approval. Let's keep going here. Yes, these have been approved by City Council in May, and we are just waiting on a deed transfer from the city of Pittsburgh. And more or less the same update with this set of properties as well. Just a quick overview of that timeline. We can keep going here. Okay, and then a quick update on the property reserve donation agreement. So we only have 2 properties left that don't have clear title. We've been working with these CDCs to either complete the sales out of the city's inventory or determine another use for these properties that now have clear title. And I think pulling out ahead of the group here is Operation Better Block, who just purchased one property about 2 months ago, and then Ray Street is pending a sale. So we can hop to that next set of properties here. And these are the properties that have been successfully purchased out of the old closed property reserve in the city's inventory by many of our CDC partners. Okay, so that concludes our updates on our property pipeline. Just a quick update that we did submit our annual audit to the Department of Community and Economic Development. Next, we just wanted to remind and invite board members and of course the public as well to attend a ribbon cutting in Hazelwood next Friday. The land bank, the board approved the sale of these parcels out of the URA's inventory to Hazelwood Initiative last summer. They were sold in August of 2023, and they now have 3 new affordable new construction homes on the lots. So it's very exciting to see our first completion of the property transfer cycle. And hopefully these 3 will be occupied very soon. And of course, if you know anyone who would be interested in applying to purchase a affordable home, you can contact the Hazelwood Initiative or come on down to the ribbon cutting and open house if you'd like to see the structures for yourself. So just so nice to see that progress. And finally, we just wanted to announce the Center for Community Progress, which is a lot of work in supporting this land bank and land banks across the U.S. is holding their biannual Reclaiming Vacant Properties conference. So we are gearing up to hopefully send a contingency to this conference in October. I think that is all. So we will take it back to you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. And that takes us to agenda item number 6, which is our action items, beginning with A, city-owned properties. I believe we have at least 6 resolutions that we have to walk ourselves through. 7? All right, let's begin with resolution number 1, the acquisition and sale of 1022 Fairdale Street.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Resolution number 74, authorization for the Pittsburgh Land Bank to acquire Block 42N, Lot 143 in the 20th Ward from the City of Pittsburgh and to prepare the property for sale at a cost not to exceed $8,000 using ARPA funds and authorization to convey to Ebony Evans.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? Question?
Quick overview, Chairman. This is although it doesn't, it's not displaying in the picture, this is an active community garden. There is an adopt-a-lot lease on the for this lot. So we would just be working to transfer and sell this property to the leaseholder, Farmer Girl Ep, who we are also selling another parcel to on Chartiers Ave for a fresh food stand.
Any further
I just
discussion?
want to say something very quickly. The work that Ebony is doing in this community with these families and particularly the children in the community is so impactful, and I'm so proud of her and her family and the work that they're doing. This is a great, great sale. Ebony is going to be a great steward of this property.
I agree.
Agreed. All in favor, say aye.
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 Resolution 74 has been approved. That takes us to resolution number 75.
Resolution number 75, acquisition and sale of 0 Bennett Street. Authorization for the Pittsburgh Land Bank to acquire Block 174J, lots 275 and 276, and Block 174K, lots 273 and 274 in the 13th Ward from the City of Pittsburgh, and to prepare the properties for sale at a cost not to exceed $37,000 using ARPA funds, and authorization to convey the same properties to the Urban Redevelopment Authority of Pittsburgh.
Do we have a motion to approve?
Second.
Discussion, Sally?
A brief overview, Chairman. So these are being requested by the Urban Redevelopment Authority to complete a site assembly on Bennett Street for future development. And these will be subject to the URA's extensive and thorough disposition process.
I have a few comments. I've had the opportunity to tour Concrete Rose Construction owned by Tina Daniels, the two.
And if I could just, so there are three, we have three Bennett Street parcels, and that is actually not
this is
Tina's. Yes, she is, unless I'm getting, she's
the next one.
next. Yes,
76.
yes.
I'll hold my comments to resolution 76. Thank you for the clarity.
Ended up with a lot of stuff on Bennett this month for some reason. So.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution 75 has been approved. Takes us to resolution 76.
Resolution number 76, authorization for the Pittsburgh Land Bank to acquire Block 125H, Lot 345 in the 12th Ward from the City of Pittsburgh, and to prepare the property for sale at a cost not to exceed $8,000 using ARPA funds, and authorization to convey the same property to Benedict Dwellings LLC.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion.
As we heard from Ms. Daniels, this is proposed use of as a side lot for the tenants that live next door. I think Councilman Mosley had some comments.
Yes, thank you. I have had the opportunity to tour the soon to be I guess open two dwellings, duplexes, and really impressed with the level of craftsmanship and the level of care and just really the compassion that Tina Daniels has for the things that her company builds, and really see this as an example of folks of the community being a part of the positive transformation in the community. So I look forward to seeing this parcel be a gathering space for those who live in Benedict dwellings, but then also was very excited to hear that the future plans to turn this also into residencies in the near future. So I think this is just a great project, and I know folks in the community are really proud of this development as well. Even on social media, many people, when they drive by this, they post it and they tag Tina Daniels, who I've known, for many, many years. We're both native Northsiders. So just really ecstatic, about this project, and, looking forward to future projects that she does, hopefully many in District 9, but I'm sure she has her eye on other parts of the city as well.
Yeah, I just want to just quickly add to Councilman's remarks that Tina's work is so impeccable, and not just the brick and mortar work, not just the quality that she's putting into the units. She's bringing a certain level of compassion and empathy to development, and that is exactly what the city needs more of. So congratulations to Tina on everything that she's done, and we look forward to seeing some more incredible development from her company.
And not to belabor this one, but Tina is doing some work in Belsuver that I am super, super proud of and extremely pleased with, as both Councilman and Ms. Thompson said, with her compassion, with her expertise, with her level of perfectionism. She is all in, and she makes you very, very proud to have her doing work in your neighborhood. So I'm excited to see how she will just continue to grow and bring our city back to where it should be, some of the inner city
Thank you all. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
Resolution number 776 has been approved. That takes us resolution number 77.
Resolution number 77, authorization for the Pittsburgh Land Bank to acquire Block 174K, lots 341, 341A, 342, 342A, 361, 361A, 361B, 387, 389, and Block 174P, lots 141, 143, 153, 165, 171, 172, 173, 176, 179, 184, 188, 191, 192, 193, 199, 223, 259, 260, 261, 273, 274, 275, 276, 280, 281, 282, 283, 287, and 344 in the 13th Ward from the City of Pittsburgh, and to prepare the properties for sale at a cost not to exceed $311,000 using ARPA funds, and authorization to convey the same properties to Rising Tide Partners.
May we have a motion to approve?
So
So
moved. Second.
And seconded, discussion.
So this is part of a large site assembly. Rising Tide Partners, a nonprofit that is working with the greater Homewood community, has filed some conservatorships on properties in this area. They are closing on many of those parcels this week. So this is the next phase in consolidating this property so that there can be a larger intervention to put new housing in this area. So we have a couple of slides just zooming in, since this is a larger assemblage. Everything that you see in red, that is a yellow highlighted parcel, is a city-owned parcel that we will be requesting at the land bank. So we'll acquire, maintain and improve those properties, clear the title, and then transfer to Rising Tide Partners once we have a clear title. We'll begin work on future development.
And this will obviously need to infill construction.
Yes, there are a couple of structures, so it's possible maybe a couple of structures could remain, and we're going to work with Rising Tide to evaluate those to determine. But yeah, the vast majority are current vacant lots that would be new infill housing.
Any other members?
I'll make a few comments. I know this is a corridor that is of great interest to the residents of Homewood. A lot of my constituents asked me about, what's happening, with these properties and properties surrounding. So I'm really, again, ecstatic, to see that there's some positive movement. I know that's going to be very inspirational to the residents as they start to see the positive transformation of Homewood happening. Also, really encouraged by the support of the Homewood Community Development Collaborative, who is, truly committed, to see the Homewood not only transform, but transform in a way where the residents, have a voice and are centered, in that process, as well as to encourage cooperation and collaboration, with developers of color, particularly African-American developers who have a lot of passion, for the Homewood community. So again, I think that not only from a brick and a mortar standpoint, this is important, but again, for the people of the community, to let them know that that we are moving forward, and not only just to move forward, but move forward in a way that uplifts the community and inspires people, and makes them really understand that Homewood is really at the precipice of a significant transformation. So, I think, again, along with the Homewood Community Development Collaborative, I'm really excited to see this moving forward.
I just want to say quick. I apologize. As Rising Tide Partners Board Chair, I will abstain from voting.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Thank you, Tammy.
Understood.
Forgotten.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed?
Aye.
Resolution 77 has been approved. Now resolution 78.
Resolution number 78, authorization for the Pittsburgh Land Bank to acquire block 77N, lots 103 and 104 in the 26th ward from the city of Pittsburgh and to prepare the properties for sale, including cleaning out the structures and sealing the building envelopes at a cost not to exceed $71,000 using ARPA funds, and authorization to convey the same properties to Rising Tide Partners.
Is there a motion to approve?
So move.
Second. Discussion.
So excited to see these couple of houses listed here. This block here is a larger focus area of the Perry Hilltop and Fine View Citizens Councils, Rising Tide Partners, and City of Bridges. City of Bridges has actually just started a affordable housing renovation on a property right across the street. So we're just adding, helping to add an additional 2 structures to that inventory to provide for a larger intervention, both to create more affordable housing and to address blight on the street. And these are extra special to me. This is my own community of Perry Hilltop, of which I'm very involved and have been for many years working on our affordable housing initiatives.
Any further discussion? If none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution 78 has been approved. Resolution 79.
Resolution number 79, authorization for the Pittsburgh Land Bank to acquire block 121N, lots 312, 312A, 312B, and block 125B, lots 126, 141, 143, and 160 in the 12th ward from the city of Pittsburgh, and to prepare the properties for sale, including quieting the title at a cost not to exceed $54,000 using ARPA funds, and authorization to convey the same properties to the Urban Academy of Greater Pittsburgh.
Do we have a motion to approve? Second. Discussion.
As we heard from Urban Academy during public comment, this is some assistance in site assembly to help expand their campus. And I think I said 3, but there are in fact 4. We have 4 approvals here today with parcels on Bennett Street. But yeah, happy to answer additional questions, but most of this is just kind of small parcels that are already around property the Urban Academy owns and will help them make use of their existing property that they own.
Further discussion?
Just a brief remark. I just, really want to salute Chase Patterson and the Urban Academy for the work that you're doing to, not only utilize their educational facility as a place to educate children, but really as an anchor and a catalyst, for the redevelopment of the Larimer community and not, just ensuring that their impact stays within the walls of the Urban Academy, but really spills out throughout the Larimer community through also their activities with the Larimer Consensus Group. So again, I look forward to seeing, what they do, not only with the young people at the Urban Academy, but what they do in the community and many other endeavors that my office works with the Larimer Consensus Group and other partners in the positive transformation of the Larimer community.
I would just say that they're not only just critical to the transformation of Larimer, but to the city at large. The city, kids from all over the city go there and rave about the school. So again, congratulations as well. So all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution 79 has been approved. That takes us to resolution 80.
Resolution number 80, authorization for the Pittsburgh Land Bank to acquire block 15M, lots 257, 258, 259, 260, 261, 262, and 263 in the 18th ward from the city of Pittsburgh, and to prepare the property for sale at a cost not to exceed $54,000 using ARPA funds, and authorization to convey the same properties to the Beltsuber Consensus Group.
Do we have a motion to approve?
So move.
Second.
Discussion?
So this is a proposed affordable housing development. As we heard from commenters during public comment. The land bank will be providing a letter of support as well to the Federal Home Loan Bank help support this affordable housing project.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution 80 has been approved. That takes us to item B, still under action items. That is to acquire some URA property. So resolution number 81.
Resolution number 81, authorization for the Pittsburgh Land Bank to acquire Block 50G lots 60, 62, and 63, and Block 50K lots 172 and 173 in the 10th Ward from the Urban Redevelopment Authority of Pittsburgh for a cost of $500 per parcel plus costs using ARPA funds. And authorization to convey the same properties to the City of Bridges Community Land Trust.
May we have a motion to approve?
So move. Second.
Discussion?
And this is another affordable housing new construction project. Also one where the land bank will be providing a site control letter to the Federal Home Loan Bank. And we're and just pointing out here that these, which I will probably see less of as we move along, but the URA had requested probably 1 to 2 years ago, acquisition of these parcels from the city, which is why, and they had just entered the URA's inventory somewhat recently. So we're just kind of helping here at the end to move these parcels along to make this project successful. In the future, we'll see projects like this. I think Chowfon is a good example where we're starting from the beginning, requesting that property out of the city's inventory. So just a little background on the difference there.
Thank you. Any further discussion? If none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
Resolution 81 has been approved. That takes us to item C under action items, which is ARPA stabilization funds, and beginning with resolution number 82.
Resolution number 82, authorization for the Pittsburgh Land Bank to enter into a grant agreement not to exceed $500,000 using ARPA funds with the Pittsburgh Housing Development Corporation for Block 27B, lots 392 and 393, Block 10C, lot 26, Block 15H, lot 291, Block 26P, lots 156, 157, and 164, and Block 15R, lots 230 and 281 in the Upper Hill and Beltuber neighborhoods to clean out the structures, seal the building envelopes, and complete other essential repairs.
May we have a motion to approve?
So move.
Discussion?
So the background here, so the board recalls these were approved by the board back in November of 2023 for the land bank to acquire. This was a much earlier acquisition. And so we had realized that we weren't using the same updated language we have now that includes that approval of stabilization funding. And so we just wanted to update that language so that we do have that approval as well to expend stabilization dollars. The intention of the stabilization program is to clean out the structure, to stop any active deterioration of the structure, right? So fixing a hole in the roof, replacing gutters, making sure that there's no broken windows, maybe a new door, but very basic work just to kind of improve the appearance of the structure and to stop active deterioration. So the intention is not, we don't expect to maximize that budget for each structure, but it's helpful to have that wiggle room so that we're able to be nimble in addressing any kind of absolute emergencies at the property. So that's why you'll see this here today. And we shouldn't from this point on, we've been including the stabilization approval within each resolution that's gone before the board sets.
Thank you. Just also worth noting that these are also located where PhD is already doing work.
Yes.
So it's complementary to the work that they're already doing. Motion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution 82 has been approved. And finally, resolution 83.
Resolution number 83, authorization for the Pittsburgh Land Bank to enter into a grant agreement not to exceed $100,000 using ARPA funds with Rising Tide Partners for Block 56F lots 174 and 176 in the Hazelwood neighborhood to clean out the structures, seal the building envelopes, and complete other essential repairs.
Maybe I have a motion to approve?
So move.
Discussion?
Again, same as that prior resolution. We just wanted to make sure we cleaned up the language. And we had explicit approval from the board to authorize that grant funding.
Thank you. All those in favor say aye.
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 Resolution 83 has been approved. That exhausts our actionable items. That takes us to legislative updates.
Thanks, Chairman. Just a couple of quick updates. The land bank is just still waiting on the intergovernmental cooperation agreement between the city, county, and the school district. That is crucial in our effective title clearance and access to the sheriff's sale. So the final tax sale of the year that the land bank can access is taking place 2 Fridays from now. And then until this agreement is in place, the land bank will not be able to place any additional property into a tax sale, either until this agreement is passed or when the city schedules another treasurer's sale, which will be in 2025 at the earliest. So just, we will continue to keep the board updated on that agreement. And then our second update, it's just a brief, and we don't have any updates on its progress, but just again, pointing out the introduction of this really exceptional opportunity for land banks across the US, introduced by Senator Casey, that would bring hundreds of thousands of dollars potentially to the Pittsburgh Land Bank for our work.
Which is critical. Because as of right now, once ARPA dollars run out, this land bank is not currently funded. So that's important. B.
Okay, does anyone have questions on either of those updates or comments?
If not, we'll turn back to public comment. Has anyone raised their hand to give additional public comment?
Let me just pause for one moment just in case, but it doesn't look like we have any public speakers for this round of comment.
Okay, with that, we want to again thank Emily for her time served here. Wish her nothing but the best. We need a motion to adjourn.
So move.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We will see you in September.